Ah, yes. Welcome back, my esteemed listeners, to another installment of my bi-weekly podcast. Today is episode 42 of Contemporary Artists for the Enlightened Mind. I am, of course, your host, Robert P. Silverstein, and joining me today is a very special guest all the way from SWAG Labs in Brisbane, Australia. It is my pleasure to introduce you all to Dr. Amanda Turner, world-renowned researcher and swagologist extraordinaire. Thank you for being on the show, Amanda.
Yeah, it's me, Amanda. What's good, Holmes? You're straight tripping if you think I'd say no to being on this show. It's on fleek, you feel me? Dab.
Very eloquently said. Now I have called you here today, Amanda, to discuss a truly revolutionary figure in the rap industry today. Now I have discussed at length the careers of such artists as Ye West, Bus Driver, and the notorious Snipes from Boston. But I felt as though I needed a true professional to really dive deeply into the life and times of today's artist. For on this day, we will be exploring the musical genius of famous Disney star turned professional boxer, Jake Paul. I've been told you have done much research on Paul's works in the past. Is that correct, Amanda?
Yeah, you know it, brochacho. I wrote my dissertation on the Paul brothers back when I was studying at ILL. Those cats are the bee's knees, dude.
Very good. Please feel free to interrupt me at any point in the lesson. I'm sure everyone listening at home is dying to hear the words of such a prestigious individual, such as yourself. That being said, I will begin the recounting at the beginning, of course. Jake Joseph Paul was brought into this world on January 17th, 1997, in Cleveland, Ohio. Having the same birthplace as Drew Carey, who played the legendary role of taxi passenger in the 1993 hit Coneheads. It was only a matter of time before the young Paul would rise to similar stardom.
That movie was cray-cray.
Indeed it was. Jake took to his destiny of fame at the young age of 16 as he rose in the ranks and became a star of the hit video platform Vine. Amanda, could you describe for us young Paul's legendary exploits on this Vine app?
Yo, we getting old school on this one. Vine was the hippest site back in the early 2010s. You weren't nobody if you didn't have that Vine clout.
Now your boy Jake might have lost to his brother Logan with the whole follower count thing, but he was no slouch. Your man's was ranked the 23rd best Viner in a 2016 Insider article. And by the app's closure in October of the same year, Play had over 2 billion views. You dig? Yes, I do. And those numbers aren't just for show. He was so successful in this first venture into entertainment that he was hired by the Walt Disney Company in 2016 and had his face plastered on televisions all across the globe, as he wowed audiences with his portrayal of prankster extraordinaire Dirk Mann in the Disney Channel original production Bizaardvark. Already an acclaimed actor right out of high school, Jake had made it big. He was a legend, but he would not stop there, for he surely knew that the true artiste is a master of more than one medium. While still working for Disney, Jake and a few others founded the media label Team 10 in 2016, an organization which Paul himself described as being a unique incubator for aspiring social influencers. It is with this new squad at his side that he would begin his illustrious career in music, with his first hit single, It's Everyday Bro, an anthem commemorating the wild success of his YouTube channel. The words, It's Everyday Bro, with that Disney Channel flow, were ingrained in the minds of all the American people for many years to follow, it must be said. This groundbreaking piece would lay the foundations of Jake's musical style going forward, giving us the first glimpse at a pure genius in the making. Jake Paul is known by many for his elegant writing style that beautifully marries the art absolutely flexing on the haters with that of absolutely flexing on the fans as well. He is a true trendsetter in the field with his technique of having a Lamborghini in every single one of his music videos. He is also very progressive in the fact that he is always surrounded by beautiful dancing women. It isn't every day that you see an artist who is willing to give so many women a job opportunity. Truly a hero. But even though Mr. Paul has made himself a master of flexing, he still shows great humility and compassion by writing the best lines for his fellow companions in Team 10. There is no better example of this than the verse given to his close friend Nick Crompton, which goes as follows. You know it's Nick Crompton, and my collar stay poppin'. Yes, I can rap, and no, I am not from Crompton. England is my city, and if it weren't for Team 10, then the US would be shitty. I'll pass it to Chance, because you know he stay litty.
Yo, straight bars.
Such poetry is truly unmatched in today's contemporary music. It earned the song its place as number 93 on the Billboard Top 100. Moving forward, Paul would write and produce many more epic bangers, even after he was let go by Disney in a public announcement on July 22nd, 2017, over allegations of some unsavory business in regards to a certain house party.
That was absolute whack. People get hot and bothered over everything these days. It was just a little indoors furniture bonfire. What's the big deal?
Yes, indeed. There have been numerous inquiries and lawsuits against the young star, mostly pertaining to his rather rambunctious attitude and flippant disregard for neighborhood quiet hours. But that did not stop him from continuing his career in music. After releasing a few more singles that year, Jake decided that he would follow the footsteps of such legends as Frank Sinatra and Mariah Carey, and produced an entire Christmas album featuring such hits as It's Litmus, Fan Joy to the World, his own rendition of 12 Days of Christmas, but there's British booties this time, and a new rendition of his classic work titled It's Christmas Day, Bro. But all of these great songs unfortunately pale in comparison to the avant-garde masterpiece that is Paul's take on the classic All I Want for Christmas. In this song, Jake pioneers the revolutionary, never-before-seen genre of music which I myself have dubbed the self-promotion style, in which the lyrics are not meant to get across a theme or emotion, but are instead entirely focused on selling a product. This was a new step forward for music, as it breaks away from any notion that art and finance should be separate at all. You see, anyone can write a piece to move the listener's emotions, but it takes a true mastermind to move the listener's wallets. For you see, this song is dedicated in its entirety to selling Jake's Christmas-themed apparel, and I find this unflinching brazenness worthy of applause. Jake knows how to get his message across, as he artfully weaves the phrase, "buy that merch," into the song an impressive 28 times in total. And he, of course, did not forget his trademark Lamborghini in the music video.
Straight up. My second favorite album, right after Greatest Hits by Limp Bizkit. But I gotta say, Holmes, talking about the greatest hits is good and all, but I want to hear about the real greatest hits. You know what I mean? You didn't scrap the scrapping, did you, Chief? Oh, my dear. I see what you did there. Wonderful transition, good show. No probs, boss.
Yes, indeed. Having taken the world of music by storm, Paul sought to pursue an even spicier venue for his stardom, as he took his latent talent into the boxing ring. On August 25th, 2018, in a brothers versus brothers melee for the ages, Jake Paul took the undercard fight in the event between sibling Logan Paul and popular English YouTuber and rapper KSI. While these two titans duked it out, Jake took on the Englishman's younger brother, Deji Olatunji, who is soundly KO'd in the 5th round. This was but a launching off point for Paul as he continued on to a stint in professional boxing, facing fellow YouTubers and former UFC champions alike, with victories over such opponents as basketballer Nate Robinson, YouTuber Gib, and 2 national UFC and O&E champions Tyrone Woodley and Ben Askren, respectively. He even beat Woodley twice. Such an illustrious career, from movie star to prize musician and then champion athlete. Jake Paul has truly shown what it means to be a masterful artiste, and he still writes music to this day. His latest hit being his single being Fresh Out of London from 2020.
Yo, hold up. Wasn't there controversy over him not crediting his ghostwriter for that one? Or are you just gonna...
You know, Amanda, I can't keep up this silly British accent forever. I think we are going to have to end the program prematurely today, unfortunate as it is.
He also allegedly scammed a bunch of children with a loot box lottery. Are we just going to ignore that?
Thank you for coming, Amanda. You may leave now. And thank you to my audience for being great listeners as always. And finally, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's podcast, CuriosityStream, giving you access to thousands of documentaries and educational programs at a great price. Make sure to use the code CAEM at sign up for a 25% off discount for the first 4 months. Thank you all once again. This has been Robert P. Silverstein signing out.